Yeah, so I would just like to give you guys some information on how you can successfully take the trades, what they look like, times that they come out, things that could help you guys be more efficient and at taking the setups. A lot of you are new traders here with Indice Hustlers. You're very new to our signal group. I don't want anything to come as a shock to you guys. Okay. Um, for today, it is actually going well. It went quite well for today, guys. We did have a 7 trade day today. 6 of those trades that were sent out were winners, and we had 1 loss. Overall pips gained for the day, 280 pips gained for today. That's about an 85% win rate for the day. Yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, let me just check my notes here. Yesterday, we had a 80% win rate. We had 5 setups sent out, 4 of them won, and 1 break even. So it's really good week so far. Everybody should be in profit over 500 pips for the week so far. So yeah, we really do this thing over here, guys. It's high volume. There's a lot of people coming. There's a lot of setups coming out in a day. Like you see here, for a Wednesday, we had 7 trades sent out, and all of them were smashes. 6 of them were smashes, and this is what we do every day, Monday to Friday. Okay, I do have a lot of testimonials of people actually making money. People just message me with like results and things like that constantly all throughout the day after every TP. People are just making money overall. Okay, so it's great. Here the guy says it's possible with Indus Hustlers, $107 up day 2. So I'm not gonna dive too deep into showing you guys what we do here, but I'm sure you guys get the message from my posts and my stories and things like that. Okay, right. So the first thing that I wanted to cover for all the new people is how the setup comes out. Okay, the setup comes out in a screenshot. So let me go to the trade. Let me go find one. Okay. All right. So this one, for example, it'll come in a screenshot like this. On the screenshot, it'll have, actually, let me not use this one because I see the what's the name, the arrow tool. There's the arrow tool. Okay, yeah, sharp. So it'll come like this. Okay, and my first message when the setup is like really close to what we want, like close to our entry, or it has set up and all we're waiting for is the entry. Remember this. When I send you the incoming message, like this one on the screen here, incoming, that should signal to your brain that, okay, we are close to getting an entry. That could give you a 2 minute to 5 minute window of focus. I'm alerting you to be like, hey, there's a trade coming and it's really close to what we want. It's the entry is really close. You should pay attention now. Okay? So that's what the incoming message is for. It's to allow you guys to pay attention and focus. Like I know you're at 9 to 5s and things like that, but try your best to just keep your phone open at that point, whether you're at your desk or whatever you're doing. When I send the incoming message, just keep your phone nearby, keep your volume on your phone up, and just be alert. Make sure your network is good, everything is sharp. You open. This is another thing. Go and open your MT5. Make sure your lot size is correct. That's what this incoming message is for. It's to prepare you for what's about to happen. Okay, does everybody understand so far? Give me a thumbs up if you understand me so far. Give me an additional thumbs up if you guys can see my screen properly. Everything is clear. Thumbs up again. Whoever's here, Brad's, Adams, mic off, Brad's. Mic off, mic off. Okay, good. So, yes, guys, the incoming message is to prepare you for what's about to come. When you see that incoming message, you volume up on your phone, your network is good, you open your MT5 because sometimes there's a delay when you go and click your MT5 to open, it like has to find network. I don't know if you guys experienced that. I've experienced that. So there's like a delay on the MT5. Nothing's loading, shit like that. So when I'm sending you guys the incoming message, it's to prepare your get yourselves in order, get all those small things sorted out. So when this actual signal message comes, and like I didn't want to use that one because we actually didn't get entry on that. So like for this one here, I said incoming, right? This was at the New York Open. This arrow now is to show you all what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a bullish close. I'm expecting a pullback, and then I'm expecting to get in on buys. That's what it's basically showing you guys. Here, I said, okay, we're getting closer. We are 30 pips away from entry. So if you're trading gold, you know about gold. 30 pips is really close. It's not a big thing. 30 pips can come now in the next minute. In 20 seconds, it can get to 30 pips. So when I'm alerting you like this, it's just to keep you all on your toes that the setup is coming. I don't want you guys to miss out on it. I'm not sitting here analyzing charts and sending high quality setups just for you guys to miss it. That would be very annoying. So yeah, prepare you guys for everything, and then the signal message itself comes. Okay. So on the signal message itself, we got XAUSD buy signal. We've got the entry zone, okay, 4614.53, right? So that would be this top of the zone here, 4614.53, right? To 4611.58. So here the coordinates just never show up there, but anyway, you get the point. That zone is your buy zone. Anywhere from here to here is good to execute your buys. Okay. Some people, myself included, I like to put my position at one place. So for me, I'm entering at one place, which is here, the top line, the top coordinate of the zone, which is the first coordinate. That's where I'm taking it because I personally have to monitor all of you guys, keep you all up to date, take the trade on my personal, manage the trade on my personal. Like it's a lot going on. So I cannot have multiple positions to now go and manually edit multiple positions and put stop losses in, take profits in, does that on 3-4 positions inside this entire zone. I can't do that and still manage you guys. It'd be quite difficult to do. So for that reason, I take one position anywhere in that zone. I take one. Some other people find success in taking a few positions. As price goes deeper into our buy zone, they'll take two there, it comes deeper into the 50%, they'll take two there, it comes to the 100%, they take two there, and then it starts to take off after that. Once it starts taking off, you start securing these ones, the lower ones, stops at break even, stops above entry, and the rest just fly. The bad ones up here, these ones would be considered the bad ones. You can even close those. As those come into profit, you can close them and leave these best entries running. Okay, you can do that as well. That will all be on to you to manage yourself. Okay. Yeah, so that's the buy zone. I would advise that you buy in that zone. Okay, then we got our take profits. One thing I would like to say is every signal that is sent out has a 50 to 60 pip stop loss. Nothing more than that. nothing less than that. The way I've worked this strategy and the way of sending signals is to give you a minimal downside. Like, I don't want you guys losing a lot. I don't want big stop losses. 50 pips is quite decent in my eyes. Okay, so it's a 50 pip stop loss, and TP2 is 50 pips. Keep that in mind. So at TP2, if you're working on ratios, at TP2, that would be a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Okay, I'm going to repeat that one more time. Our stop loss stays 50 pips or 60 pips. At TP2, your entire trade ratio is a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio on the entire trade. Okay, at TP2. If you decide to close at TP2, that is a 1-to-1 risk to reward, meaning you can win one trade, you can win another trade, you lose in the next trade, third trade, you're still in profit. One trade. Okay. Now, if you decide to hold for TP4, at TP4, that is a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, or 1:2 basically. I'm risking 50 pips, okay, to gain 100 pips. It's a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. Okay, I'm risking $50 to make $100. That's a 1-to-2 risk to reward. So you decide where you want to close. I ran a poll in the Signal group the beginning of this month, and a lot of people found success at even closing at TP1. People who are busy and things like that, they catch the entry, sniper entry, quick reaction to TP1, 30 pips away, 50 pips away, TP2, they close. They count it as a winning trade. So I ran a poll, I asked, should it be counted as a winning trade, TP1? And the majority voted yes. So TP1 is voted as a winning trade. It hit TP1. Okay, it's up to you to close at TP1. It's your choice. Okay. Next thing, moving stop loss to break even is essential if you want to protect your capital. Okay, it's very important. It can be a very annoying thing. It can be a very frustrating thing, moving your stop loss to break even, because gold is very like it's a crackhead. It'll be jumpy. You'll be 50 pips in profit, and next second later it'll come right back to entry, take you out at break even, and then push to TP4. You got to take the good with the bad. That's just what happens. It happens. It happened to me twice today. It happens. So there you just got to take the ones with the bad, because when you don't put that thing and it goes against you, you will be wishing that you put it. It's a catch-22 with a break even. That's your personal choice. But as I'm telling you now, as I said, we put a poll up, and 30 pips as TP1 was voted as a winning trade according to the Signal subscribers. Okay, but it's important to know the ratios of the trade. It's always going to be a 50 pip stop. TP2 is always going to give you a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. TP4 is always going to give you a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. Okay, that's important for you guys who's trying to track your growth and monitor your earnings basically on a daily, or per setup. You want to monitor those gains. That's the way you'll do it. Okay, 1-to-2 is nice also. Problem, like I said, gold. It's irritating when you up 70, 80 pips. You are on the ass crack of TP4, and for you to hit that 1-to-2 risk to reward, and then we'll get a break even. So that's something that you gotta decide within yourself. Decide, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and just stick with it. Whether it's a 1-to-2 or whether it's a 1-to-1, it's up to you in that sense. Okay. Okay, trade management. If the full zone is filled, once the trade moves back into profit, close your worst entries and keep your strongest entries open. That's exactly what I explained to you guys just now. If price pulls in and fills this entire zone and you got other entries here, once those ones start pushing into profit, you immediately move your stop loss to those entries break even. You move your stop loss to break even here because this gap is maybe like 30 pips. It's in profit. These ones are in profit. These ones might be still in drawdown. As soon as you come out of that drawdown, you can start closing these because these are the worst entries of the setup. So that's up to you to manage your trade well. What I'm doing is sending your precision entries and working within a 50 pip range. I count that in my eyes as precision entries. You guys have seen the way we enter the markets, guys. It's snipers. It's snipers, bro. Look at that. It's snipers. So I count that as a W, right? So um, it's up to you to close that when you are close your worst entries once they clear up, and once they turn blue, you can close them. Keep your best entries open. Now, for me, like I said, I take one entry at one place. So when if I take it here and price goes deeper into the buy zone, I'm in that drawdown and I'm taking that drawdown as it is. Once price starts clearing up, fuck it, I'm holding. Why? Because I'm saying that this entire zone is my buy zone. Okay? So whether I get in there doesn't really make a difference. Either in this area is where I want to get in anyway. Okay, but for those of you who are scared or anything, you can close. Once your worst entries, if you got really good entries down at the bottom, keep those open, close your worst ones, and yeah, just it'll help you make a better profit because you got deeper entries deeper down. All right, sharp. And then we spoke about break even. Right, do not over leverage, use appropriate position sizing, and only risk what you can afford to lose, obviously. Okay, trade the plan, protect the capital, let the setup play out. That's important. Trade the plan that I sent you guys, protect your capital by managing your trade well, and let the setup play out. If you got a plan to take your profits at TP1, you take your profit at TP1. That's your plan. Okay, if you want to take it to a 1 to 2 at TP4, you do that. It's your choice. Alright, so here, as you can see, it filled the entire zone, right? And that's what I said. We fill the entire buy zone. You can close your worst entries and leave your best ones to run. Okay, so whoever entered at the top there can close those. As they push into profit, you can close them. Your ones that's lower down, you can hold them. Okay, right. As you guys can see there, TP1 got hit. Boom. Here, TP1 again. That's where I say go risk free. Let's hold on. I think my brother's coming here. Is he coming here? We can hear him. He's loud. Is he taking a piss in my toilet? I think he's pissing in my toilet. Hey. Okay, anyway. Um, right, so we got a TP1 there. I said go risk free. As you guys can see, once we went risk free, it didn't pull back and take us out of break even. Ended up hitting TP2 for 50 pips. Here, TP3 for 80 pips. Beautiful trade right there. Smashed that. Okay, that actually pushed and hit all the targets on that setup. So that was great. Okay, another thing that we do in this group is send out trade ideas. So the idea behind sending out trade ideas is to create independent thinking traders, not traders who's relying on the signal service all day, every day to provide an income for them. So I'll send you a zone, an area where the probability is high for a reaction and for a move away from that area. I'll send you that area and I'll just tell you it's a trade idea. Okay, it's up to you to then allow price or to do some analysis of your own. Since I've given you the place to do it from, do some analysis of your own as price comes in. Get an additional confirmation that you like, whether it's candlestick closes, chart pattern, whatever, get some type of confirmation and execute for yourself. Okay, so that's also um, what comes in the signal group here. As you guys can see there, beautiful sniper entry from that zone, pushed immediately 60 pips into profit. That was just great. You could have found your own reasons in this area to take the trade. Yes, it didn't play all the way, but still 60 pips. That's 60 pips. You understand? You would have moved to break even, risk-free trade. You could have closed at 60 pips. You then do your own analysis at that point to figure out what you're gonna do next, etc., etc. Right? Is everybody still with me? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Everyone still understanding? Everybody clear? Alrighty. Okay, let's go back here. Entry and exit zones, all of that I've thoroughly went through that. Okay, basic risk management, how to manage your trades and account properly for sustainable growth. So I did touch a little bit on this in terms of managing your trade, but when it comes to risk management, um, my my advice would be to start with a 175 dollar account, which is about 3,000 rand. Genuinely, it's difficult to grow a $60 account. It's difficult to do that. You could be full porting that account to be able to do that. But I did allow you guys in because we are on a win streak. It is hot, like you guys saw. There were 6 wins today. So with a $60 account, 6 wins back to back, you making money on that $60 account. Okay, whoever made money today, give me a thumbs up. Whoever in the chat right now who made money from our signals and you came in with a $60 account, give me a thumbs up. Okay, great. So yeah, if you're coming in to a signal group and you have $60, it's difficult when the signal group doesn't have a good like track record to keep up with. But if a signal group is winning 6 times in a row, back to back, that's an easy way to grow your account. From $60 you can two x that in one day, as I know a few of you guys have done since you guys have joined. So yeah, super beneficial there. But yeah, $60. I'm gonna leave that to you handle that as you feel fit. I don't have a risk management for $60. I'm not gonna give you guys a risk management. You do what you feel like doing. I'm gonna do my part and provide as high quality signals with the cleanest of entries that I can to accommodate for you guys. But in terms of you, whether you're gonna full port your $60, whether you're gonna, that's on you. I'm not gonna dive too deep into that risk management. But for my advice though, if you had a $175 account, I would say open a 0.05 lot size. You'll be risking $30 of that $175. So on a 3,000 Rand account, you're risking about 500 Rand per trade. Okay, you catch 4 of those wins within a day, you're making 2,000 Rand. Remember, your initial investment is 3,000 Rand. A 0.05 lot size, you catch your 4 wins with that, you're making your investment back in a day. Okay, so that's my baseline risk management that I would advise to you guys. It's just that. Um, what's going on? Why does this TV do this? Guys, give me a thumbs up if you're still there. Okay, for some reason the TV just. Are you still watching? Dede, Dede. Fuck, my phone's busy sleeping here. Okay, anyway, fuck it. Let's just do it from the laptop. Um. Okay, so what was I saying? What was I saying? Okay, yeah, $175 account. It's a 3,000 Rand account. You're risking 500 Rand per trade. You're catching 4 wins a day. You're making 2K a day. Okay, that's really good. For sure, we're gonna catch 2 wins in a day or 4 wins in a day. So that's a good framework to work with. 0.5 lot size. You sharp. You're risking only $30 to make $30 4 times a day. That's you closing at TP2. When you're closing at TP2, that's a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, remember? So you're making 500, you're risking 500 to make 500. You're catching 4 consecutive wins in a day. You're making 2K. On a bad day, you're making 1K, 1.5. On a good day, you're making 3,000 plus, you know? So for me, that seems to be a good formula to go through. Okay, so I would advise that for everybody. I hope you guys took notes on that. But yeah, even I think this Zoom, I will post it on my YouTube. So if you need reference to it, go back. If you didn't write it down, go check it out on my YouTube sometime this week, and yeah, just rewatch this video. Okay, okay. Next, greed and FOMO, big one here. Right, so greed and FOMO. If you miss the trade, okay, if it's not in these coordinates here, let me show you these coordinates here. If you come to your phone and it's not within this buy zone, it's not in the buy zone, you don't take it. If it has left the entry area, it's now in profit. I informed you guys we are 20 pips in profit, something like that. You don't take the trade. You leave it, you wait for the next one. Your main goal is to get in where I say get in that buy zone. That's what you gotta do. All right. If you can't do that, if it has moved away from that area, you don't get in. You leave the trade alone. Okay. When it comes to greed, that is just, did you make your target for today? Yes or no? Have you made your target? Yes. Okay. Why are you still trading? Leave it alone. Okay. Yes, you trust in him, James. Yes, James will send out another cracker, and you won't be in it. It's fine. Tomorrow you got your new set of your same goal. You hit your goal again. You carry on, keep it moving, guys. You gotta stick to the plan. Make a plan. Stick to the plan. Okay. Yeah, and I think you guys will be quite fine. With that. Okay. Q&A. We can handle some questions quick. Who wants to chat with them, James? Talk to me, guys. You just put your mic on and chat. Okay, nobody wants to chat with him, James. Okay,
Okay,
that's
how's it?
fine. But yeah, remember why you started, guys. Okay, the market is it's gonna test your patience. It's gonna test your discipline. It's gonna test your emotions. But having a plan and sticking to that plan consistently is what separates those who grow and those who just end up quitting. Okay, people, trust me, bro. I've seen people lose on winning trades. I've seen it happen. Why? Because you're over leveraging. You got too much confidence. All these things fuck you up. What you need to do is just make a simple plan that write it down on your phone, read it to yourself every morning, every night, just to keep on top of it, and execute it every day. Don't shoot for the stars with a $60 account, $175 account. Come on, be realistic now. Okay, but small consistent gains over time can result in something much greater. Okay, don't chase the trades. Don't let the greed and the FOMO take control. Okay, you gotta be strong in that sense because I know you can lose off winning trades. You can win. You can lose off a top signal service. You can still lose your money. Why? Because you're doing things wrong. Okay, trust in the strategy, manage your risk well, follow the signals with discipline. And remember, the one taking one loss, guys, it doesn't define anything. It doesn't define you. It doesn't discredit me. It doesn't do anything. Taking a couple losses. But when you spiral out of control, that not having control of your emotions, that's where I see people making a big mistake. When you spiral, if I take a loss, I take another loss. Remember, if we take two losses, we're only down 100 pips. We're down 100 pips. That's when I step away. I take a break. I reevaluate. I come back. I send another signal. We win. That signal wins. We made those two losses back on one trade. That's why it's important to stick with the same lot sizes. Okay, stick with the plan. Don't overdo things. Okay. Um, but yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys today. I did cover everything I said that I would cover. I do feel like you guys have a lot of information that you can work with. I would hope that the Zoom gave you guys a little bit more confidence in yourselves to execute properly. Um, yeah, yeah. I think we're good, guys. Anyway, remember we are building. We are building. We are building. Build yourself. Okay, get better at it. Get good at it. But I do think it's gonna be a good week. And yeah, thanks for coming to this Zoom, guys. I hope it was educational for you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay. Sharp boys. Like